Have you ever sat down to do something important, opened your laptop, and within minutes found yourself scrolling your phone without even realizing it? You tell yourself you'll focus, but somehow you don't. It's not that you're lazy, it's not that you don't care. So what's really going on? The truth is, your brain is not designed for the world you're living in today. Let's start with a simple example. Imagine you're studying or working on something important. Everything is set. You're ready. But then your phone buzzes. You check it for just a second. A message, a notification, maybe a short video. That 1 second turns into 10 minutes, then 30, and suddenly your focus is gone. This happens because of something called dopamine. Dopamine is a chemical in your brain that is responsible for motivation, reward, and pleasure. Every time you get a notification, watch a short video, or scroll through social media, your brain releases a small amount of dopamine. It feels good, instant, effortless. But here's the problem. When your brain gets used to these quick bursts of dopamine, it starts expecting constant stimulation. Now compare that to something like studying, reading, or working on a long task. These activities don't give you instant rewards. They require effort, time, patience. So your brain starts to resist them, not because they are bad, but because they are not immediately rewarding. Over time, this creates a gap between what you should focus on and what your brain wants. And that's where distraction begins. Another important reason you can't focus is something known as attention residue. Every time you switch from one task to another, a part of your attention stays stuck on the previous task. So, even when you return to your work, your brain is not fully there. For example, imagine you're working on your laptop. Then you quickly check your phone. Even after you put the phone down, your mind is still thinking about what you just saw. That leftover attention reduces your ability to concentrate. This is why multitasking feels productive, but actually reduces your efficiency. Your brain is not built to handle multiple complex tasks at once. It just switches rapidly between them, losing focus each time. Another factor is overstimulation. Today, your brain is constantly exposed to high levels of stimulation, bright screens, fast content, endless scrolling, notifications, and instant entertainment. Compared to this, normal life feels slow, and when everything feels slow, your brain gets bored. But here's something important. Boredom is not the enemy of focus. In fact, boredom is necessary. When your brain is bored, it starts looking inward. It becomes more creative, more focused, more present. But if you constantly eliminate boredom with distractions, your brain loses its ability to concentrate. That's why even when you sit in a quiet room without your phone, your mind still feels restless, because it has been trained to expect constant input. There is also a psychological aspect to this. Sometimes you don't focus, not because you can't, but because your brain is trying to avoid something. Maybe the task feels difficult. Maybe you're afraid of failing. Maybe it feels overwhelming. So instead of facing that discomfort, your brain looks for an easier option, and that option is usually distraction. This is closely connected to what psychologists call avoidance behavior. Your brain chooses short-term comfort over long-term benefit. And the more you repeat this pattern, the stronger it becomes. But here's the good news. Focus is not something you're born with or without. It's something you can rebuild. The first step is reducing distractions. This doesn't mean you need to completely eliminate your phone or social media, but you need to create boundaries. For example, keep your phone away when you're working. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Give your brain a chance to stay on one task. The second step is working in small intervals. Instead of trying to focus for hours, start with 20 to 30 minutes of deep work. Then take a short break. This technique helps your brain gradually rebuild its attention span. Another powerful method is training your mind to tolerate boredom. Spend some time without any stimulation. No phone, no music, no scrolling. At first, it will feel uncomfortable, but over time, your brain will start to calm down. And when your mind is calm, focus becomes easier. You can also improve focus by making tasks more meaningful. When your brain understands why something matters, it becomes easier to stay engaged. Instead of thinking, "I have to do this," try thinking, "This is important because..." That small shift can change your mindset. In the end, the reason you can't focus is not because you're broken. It's because your brain has adapted to a world full of distractions. But just like it adapted, it can adapt again. With the right habits, the right environment, and a little patience, you can train your brain to focus again. And once you do, everything changes. Your productivity improves, your confidence grows, and your mind finally feels clear. So the next time you struggle to focus, remember this: it's not a lack of ability, it's a pattern, and patterns can be changed. If you enjoy learning about how your brain works and how to take control of your mind, make sure to subscribe to Mind Psychology Explained for more videos like this.